If you need me.
Yeah, let's start with this one.
I'm yours.
All right, Alex. It's 2022. I think I met you at the end of
19.
Was it 2020?
Oh, no, wait. No, 2020.
2020, right.
Yeah. Yeah, wow, it's wild.
Your life has drastically changed in the last 2 years. So much so that, like, to some people, it might not be relatable, but I've been able to see it firsthand. And I know that you're just like any other person, even though to some people, when they see the blue check, right, when they see the content, when they see the lifestyle that you're living today, it might not seem relatable, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to someone that it's kind of like at the beginning of their journey, they're looking at you and they're saying, well, damn, like I could never get to where someone like Alex is at this point in time?
There's a lot of things I could say to someone in that position because, one, we all have to start somewhere, right? Like, I had to start somewhere. But the easiest thing to do is make excuses, you know? Like, when I was in my mom's basement, people will try to tell me I'm lucky all the time. You know what I mean? Which is, like, flabbergasting to me, but they only see the tip of the iceberg, you know? They don't see everything that went into it. So it's super easy to get comfortable. It's super easy to be like, you know, like, I don't want to take this risk because I don't want to, like, risk disappointing myself or my family and, like, by dropping out or pursuing this dream when, like, I have something stable ready for me, lined up. But yeah, I've always attacked life from this mentality of, like, bro, like, we have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? Like, we could die tomorrow fully, and I don't think people really internalize that, you know? Because, like, when I was living at home, or fuck it, let's take it back to, like, when I was about to drop out of college, you know? Like, I don't even know why I was going to college, really. Like, I know, like, there's a lot of people in that same, like, spot where they're like, I'm going to college, and it's not necessarily even making me, like, happy. You know, they're just there because they want to please people. You know, they don't want to, like, shock their friends. They don't want to disappoint their parents. But people ask me all the time, they're like, why'd you drop out? Like, did you already blow up on TikTok? And the truth is, like, no, I had no fucking plan at all. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, zero clue at all. But school was affecting my happiness. And I feel like happiness and, like, enjoying life is easily the most important part to life because, like, if you're putting in all this hard work, what are you putting in the hard work for if you're not going to enjoy the shit? So as soon as school really started to affect me mentally is when I just, like, drew the line where I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to settle because it's my life, you know, like, it's your life. It's their life, you know. It's like they're the main character in their own movie. And I was, like, so tired of watching other people live the life that I knew I deserved. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to make any fucking excuses. I'm going to dial in. I'm going to dial it up. And I'm just going to give it my 100%. Because if you don't quit, like, success is the only option. And I knew this from the jump where it's just like, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen tomorrow. But if I continue and I be consistent, like, one of these days, the universe will pay me what it knows I deserve.
Now, I feel that you're a person that is aware of the magic that starts to take place when you decide to listen to your intuition and decide to, like, trust that and act on it. Can you speak a little bit about that?
The more you trust yourself and the more you trust the universe, the luckier you get. The harder you work, the more you trust. The universe just has a crazy way of just, like, throwing these puzzle pieces into your life where you're like, yo, like, this is, like, fucked. You're like, this is too crazy to be coincidental. Like, you coming into my life when my car broke down, like, that shit was so crazy. And the fact that I was like, I paid you rather than fix my car, so I went carless for, like, fucking 3 months, damn near 2 months, because, like, I just trusted, bro. I fully just trusted, like, the universe, like, because the odds of me getting connected to this, one, getting connected to Jeremy, two, getting connected to you through Jeremy. So I'm like, okay, like, the odds of this happening, my car breaking down at the same time, the universe is definitely teasing me right now. It's like, what are you gonna do here? So I trusted my intuition. I went for it, and that was probably one of the pivotal points in my life. Because ever since then, everything just. So being able to, I think it comes down to an awareness to answer that question. Like being aware of like, because we fully live in a simulation. I don't think a lot of people like fully internalize that yet. Because the information is like not easy to find out there, but we fully live in a simulation where like the universe can just put things into your life like a fucking puzzle piece, and it's just like all just like a game where it's just leaving you clues. You know, it's not going to make things obvious, but if you can like be aware of the clues that it's putting into your life and be like, okay, it's probably wanting me to go this way, and you trust it, and then you go that way. Say yes to more things than you say no to, and your life will. It might make you uncomfortable, but the life that you desire, the life that anyone desires, it's out there and it's waiting for them, and it's theirs to go out and conquer.
What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned in the past 2 years? And I ask this question because, again, your life has changed so quickly in such a short amount of time. I think that in this past 2 years, you lived what sometimes would take someone a decade to live. In a very short amount of time, whether it's traveling, whether it's businesses that you've launched, things that you've done, achievements that you've been able to achieve. What are some of those lessons that you've learned in this time?
There's a few that really stick out to me, like just like my subconscious throws them at me when you ask me that question, and I would say the first one is like fully detaching from money. Like all my journey, there's been days where like my bank account got down to like bare bones, you know, and like I had to fully like detach and trust that like I'm using money as a tool simply to make me more. You know, I'm not doing this to see more money in my possession, but to like look at the quality of my life keep improving. So I would always tell someone not to have money as the goal, but the quality of their life is the goal. Because money is simply just a tool to do more things that one may make you more money, or to experience things that make you feel abundant. So abundance is always the goal, money is not the goal. Two, I would fully practice communication, like understanding communication, understanding people's body language, knowing how to articulate your thoughts. So like spend an hour a day either reading, writing, or talking, because like language is everything. And if you know how to like understand someone, you'll understand yourself more. And if you can understand what someone's thinking, you'll understand how to get to them more, and like have them like, you'll basically be able to win the game of life little by little, more and more. And the third one probably be insanely intentional about your time. Be aware. And I think I was listening to Bob Proctor the other day, and he says it's like these homeless people you see on the streets, they're not stupid. You know, they're just unaware. They're unaware of how to change their circumstances. So I would say like practice your awareness, practice like recognizing what you're doing with all the seconds in your day, where your energy's going, because what you think about is still using your energy. So if you're scrolling on your phone all day long, or if you're just like hanging out with people that aren't adding anything to your life, be aware of that. And when I was in my mom's basement, when I dropped out of college, and like I was trying to get to where I am now, I wasn't just, I was conscious of every second I was using. Like I would never spend time like thinking about girls, because I've met every girl in my whole fucking city, you know, like I knew they weren't there for me. I wasn't gonna spend time thinking about my ex. I was only focused on the present and what I can do in this moment to get me closer and closer and closer to where I want to be. And it starts with just being intentional in this moment, because all we have is this moment. This moment is infinite, so once you can like fully be focused on the present, you can kind of manipulate your life a lot more than you would if you were constantly thinking about future and past.
A lot of people in your position, and we see this with some of the people in our network, they optimize for numbers. They optimize for profit. It's something that I don't think that you personally do. When I look at you, a lot of the times you're optimizing for fun. You're optimizing for feeling good and having a good time. Now, a lot of people, they would look at that process that you go through and they would say, well, that's no way to build a life, it's no way to build a business, but you're making it work, you know, and in the midst of you having fun, in the midst of you having a good time, you're also making things happen. Essentially, you have your cake and you're eating it too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
can you speak a little bit about that? Because a lot of people, they believe that going forward, going for their dreams, it's a journey that's going to be painful and long, and
Yeah,
it's gonna, you have to grind it and hustle.
It's fully like, I love that you asked me this. I love that you asked me this because it's fully not like that. You know, like all it takes is probably like a year of like deep, focused work on yourself, and then like I always see people on Twitter say it's lonely at the top, bro. No, it's fucking not. Like it's so not lonely at the top. I can see like how some people's circumstance it is lonely at the top, but if you're just a good fucking human and you're friendly, like I've met you, fucking all the boys down here, bro, and like we've established a friend group, and we're all winning at the same time. But yeah, like you've actually taught me a lot about this. Kind of detaching from the numbers and the analytics and only judging it by the metrics that you can control. And the metrics that I can control is how much value I can add, because that's how you build real wealth. Is like, how can I change this person's life as much as I possibly can and over deliver. So whatever business someone's trying to get into, their intention is to never be like, all right, let's make a lot of fucking money. It should be like, okay, I'm going to find a problem and I'm going to solve it, and do that in the most efficient and best way possible. There's that, and the universe is an insanely vibrational place. Not even insanely, that's what it is. You know, it's a vibrational place where everything changes your vibration. So if your intentions aren't in the right place, you know, you're not going to be able to attract what you feel like you're wanting to attract, because it's all vibrational. You can't lie to the universe because it's all in your aura, your vibration. So my intentions are simply just to like add as much value and have as much fun as fucking possible. And that comes down to a balance, I suppose. When I first was getting here, like I even when I moved to Miami before I turned 21, like I really wasn't doing much, you know? It's like if I wasn't hanging out with you, I was probably fucking live on TikTok, you know? I was grinding. But all it took was like a year and a half for me to like make a stable foundation to the point where like I only work like 12 hours a week now. But when the time comes, like when Create Reality launches, I know where I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to dial it up for a few weeks here, and then I'll be able to enjoy the fruit of my labor because I dialed it up. So it's about the balance of like knowing and putting pressure on yourself. I think people avoid pressure, and I thrive off of it. Like moving here when I only had like 15 grand in my name, like you remember that. I remember this car ride. It was me, you, and Ty. I remember it so vividly. I was like, hey, bro, what if I can't pay this shit? And you're like, in this moment, you're fine. I'm like, all right, that's true. But that pressure forced me to grow and grow and grow. And then I got two cars. That's a lot of fucking pressure. 2 cars, a crib, Miami. Like that's. I don't even say this shit to flex, and I hope that people don't look at it like that. I say this shit to show you that, like, yo, it's so possible. It's so possible, but you have to have the mindset that like when you have pressure, you're not going to fold. You're going to use it to just dial in and not like stop doing what you're doing until the job is finished. You know, it's like that Kobe video. Job's not finished. Job's not finished. And until you get the job finished, then you can go enjoy yourself.
So earlier today, you and I were talking about Kanye's documentary.
Yeah.
And the theme of belief and faith and our ability to make things happen and our ability to create our dream life, to create our reality. Can you talk a little bit about how you think when it comes to believe in yourself? And the reason I want to dive into this is, and I've told you this multiple times, you're the type of person that you just jump and you hope that you figure out how to fly on the way down.
Yeah.
You know? I think a lot of that comes from belief in your ability to make things happen. You know, and when you look at like anything related to manifestation, they say, yeah, you have to have the intention, which might be the clarity around what you want out of life, but you also have to have faith and belief, and that emotion, that faith and belief and intention is what allows the universe to deliver that thing to you. So can you speak a little bit about how you think belief affects your journey, how you personally utilize it, and maybe even how you build belief in yourself? Because I know there's different things that you do, whether it is a sign in your room that says, I'm going to get this amount of subscribers, or I'm about motherfucker, right? Like you have these things that are auto-suggesting things into your mind that allow you to believe more in yourself. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I would single-handedly say that belief in yourself is the most important. The hands down, I have it tattooed on myself. You know, like as long as you believe, because if you don't believe in yourself, who else? Like, how do you expect anyone else to believe in you? You know what I mean? And ask yourself, like, why wouldn't you believe in yourself? And I feel like this comes down to like a fully psychological thing where like your subconscious is probably, if you're not friends with it, it's going to be your worst critic. You know, where it's like it's going to be so much easier to bash yourself and not believe in yourself than to believe in yourself, because we've been programmed that way. By everyone trying to push us down this one path, and like in junior high and high school, like when you try to do something that inspired you, you get clowned for it, so therefore making you not believe in yourself and other people. Like really genuinely, like I started by asking myself, like, why would I not believe in myself? And I couldn't really find a reason, you know? The only reasons I could really think of are like other people not believing in me. And like, yeah, that makes fucking sense because I don't believe in myself. So once you can finally sit there with yourself and be like, I fully believe in myself because I have no reason not to, then people will pick up on your energy and they'll start to believe in you as well. And then it's like this domino momentum type thing where it's just like, I think people believe in me because of how much I believe in myself. And it's just simply by like, I don't take shit seriously. I genuinely believe that there's nothing I can't do, because how do you beat someone that doesn't quit? You can't. Because if there's something that I want, like I'm at this point in my life where right now where like there's nothing I really desire. So like I'm not like going absolutely hard towards something, but like when I wanted to move to Miami, you saw how fast I made that happen, because like I would not be able to sleep unless I had the reputation with myself that day I did everything I could to get me one step closer. So it's all about just like, and then you build belief in yourself by building reputation with yourself, which is putting in reps. Like, what is it? Action reduces anxiety. What's that quote or some shit? Uncertainty. Because once you're taking action and you're not just sitting there scrolling and comparing yourself, you can finally sit there and be like, okay, like, I'm starting to make progress over progress over progress, and it's just about consistency. Like the river doesn't cut rock through power, but consistency over time. So it's basically like that, like reps. Put in reps, put in the time, affirmations every morning, rewire your subconscious brain. I think that's the most important part, really. Affirmations. Like in the morning, just waking up, telling myself I'm that pretty motherfucker. I can do anything I want, and like I'll carry myself differently throughout the entire day.
All right, last question. What is next for Alex? Like, what does the next year to 3, maybe even 5 years look like?
Fuck. You know, it's crazy.
Let's speak some things into existence.
Yeah, it's crazy because like you probably recognize this about me. I don't really plan. Like I fully don't. I don't even plan my days. You know what I mean? Like I just like I love waking up and I'm like, okay, what's the world gonna fucking throw at me today? But how I would like to think like my future is gonna go. I want to be speaking in like fat seminars, like Tony Robbins type, Gary Vee type seminars, like massive ones. And I want to have like a team of my boys there, putting my boys on as well. You know, I want everyone to eat. I want to be traveling way more than I am right now. I want my NFT community to be a lot stronger than it is right now, just by delivering value and like having events for the club. And basically I want to take Create Reality to like 10 years down the line. I want Create Reality to be like a university, like a giant fucking place where everyone that goes there is like woke and they can like that'd be so dope. And like the curriculum is like things that fucking matter, like vibration, chakras, energy, diet, and like just teaching people how to get to like their higher self, and everyone's there for the same reason. So I'd say that's like my ultimate goal: is have Create Your Reality be like a university.
Bonus question: what would you say to yourself at 30? Like, send a message from Alex now to that person at 30.
Oh man, Alex, bro, I hope you're still alive. If you're still alive, you better have some of the craziest fucking stories out of anyone. I'm hoping you've taken a tour de Europe, maybe gone to Bali by now. Maybe found a wife. That'd be pretty cool too. And if you have one, definitely give her a kiss for 21-year-old Alex. Tell her thank you from young bull over here. And I hope you have the business pretty automated, so you're not too stressed out, because like our intentions with this should always be to enjoy life, and I hope you're still enjoying life like a mini Dan Bilzerian, but a more conscious Dan Bilzerian. Hopefully you have a boat by now. And yeah, damn, 30-year-old Alex, bro, that's fucking 9 years. What was 9 years ago? I was 12 9 years ago. Holy shit. Yeah, fuck. I hope you have a place on the water. But I would say the most important thing is I hope that you never get caught up in the stresses of what capitalism can do. I hope that the world is still intact and that the world's not on fire and shit. The world's not flooding. But ultimately, I just hope he's happy, because he deserves it. He deserves to be happy because his intentions were always pure. It's about that. I wonder if I'll ever see that one.